Hello everybody and welcome to my Ashe Season 6 guide. I've been really looking forward to making this because I've been having a lot of fun with Ashe. She's a mid-long range marksman, aka an AD carry. She relies on good positioning and punishing her enemies with constant slows from her passive, her Q, her W, and even her ultimate splash damage is a slow, but if you hit him directly with it, it will be a stun. A cool fact is Ashe has the second longest base range out of any AD carry in the game, just behind Caitlyn. Let's talk about her spells. Her passive is Frost Shot, and it's absolutely amazing. It's the bread and butter of her kit. Ashe's base attacks will apply Frost, which slow the enemies by 5 to 25% based on which level you are. So at level 1 is going to be 5%, level 18 is going to be 25%, and as you level up, it's going to get more and more. And it will slow them for 2 seconds. So basically, each subsequent attack, so after you've applied Frost to them through a spell or an auto attack, each subsequent auto attack to them will deal 10% more of your physical damage. So if you have 100 attack damage, it's going to deal 10 more physical damage and so on and so on. It scales really high. Plus your critical percent chance times the 1+ bonus of your critical damage. So you guys could it's just a really basic equation. You can work it out based off of what items you have. But just to put it in simple, getting Infinity Edge and Essence Removal will absolutely make your damage do insane damage. It'll basically make it do like 75% more attack damage after you've applied Frost on them. So it's absolutely insane. Your W is your volley, as it fires out 9 arrows, which all apply Frost and slow. And it's a really good tool for harassing a lane. I suggest you take it first and max it. It's really, really good. You can use it to run away, just AoE slow the enemies. You can use it to chase down, AoE slow them. An important thing to note is, even if you hit them with every arrow from it, it won't do any extra damage. In fact, if you hit all the targets with one arrow, it'll stop the arrows and you won't hit anyone else with it. Your Q is Ranger's Focus. It's a really, really good. It's basically your core damage in your kit whenever you're in a team fight. And you're also going to use it in lane to assert your dominance and put off a lot of damage like you see there. So basically, every time you auto attack, you get focus, and the focus lasts up to 4 seconds. And if you let it drop down, you lose all your focus. But essentially, as you auto attack, you get up to 4 stacks, 1 for each auto attack. And once you have 4, you can click your Q, which will activate it. And like you can see here, you'll fire off a whole bunch of bolts. And it'll also give you bonus attack speed starting at 20% and getting higher and higher. But basically, right as you hit the 4th one, or as you're on the 4th one, you're going to auto attack and then immediately hit your Q because it will reset your auto attack. So it'll basically give you back an auto attack instantly, and it will be even stronger since you hit your Q. So it's basically just going to be auto attack, Q, and then you can also mix in your W in there. So right there, what you saw, I basically just auto attack W, then Q'd to get off some maximum damage. So just auto attack, I W'd, and then immediately activate my Q. So slight animation canceling to get off some maximum damage, and you're going to surprise your enemy opponents because they don't expect Ashe to have this much burst. But if you use your auto attacks in your Q and your W correctly, then it should work out quite nice. I suggest taking your Q at level 2 and then maxing it second, and yeah, it should work out quite nice like you see here, just putting down some deeps. And here I'm stacking up my focus, and if you hit the turret, you won't lose your stacks of focus, so you can use that so that we don't have to keep hitting a minion or a champion. When you do hit a turret, however, it's not going to add focus. It's just going to keep it from dropping off. So that's a really useful thing to remember. Your Hawk Shot, you're going to take this at level 3 typically and max it last. It basically gives you a whole bunch of sight for 2 seconds. You can shoot it all the way across the map. It is global. That's what global means. And then at the destination spot, it blows up and gives you vision of it for like 5 seconds, exactly 5 seconds. And you can tell it to go wherever. So if you want to have extended vision over a single spot for an extended period of time, you can just click it on a certain spot. Like if you think they're going to be doing Dragon or Baron, you can just shoot out your Hawk Shot and get vision like here. So after shooting it out, I wait a second, then shoot it again from my distance. So we get about 9 or 8 seconds of vision of the Dragon. Udyr's going to run down there, and we're actually going to secure it since they don't have their jungler there to smite it. So we get a free Dragon because of some good Hawk shots. And your ultimate is really strong with your kit. You're going to use it to get a lot of kills in level 6. I don't suggest tossing it down the map hoping to stun an enemy because it's really unlikely. But basically, the farther it travels, the bigger the stun it is. It's like a base stun of a second and a quarter. But whenever you're using it, I like to have it on smart cast so I can just do it like instantly. But you're going to want to try to figure out where they're moving and where they want to move in relation to the minions or to where your support is. And then you're going to fire it, land the stun hopefully. Then you're just going to hit it with your auto attack W and couple it up with your Q, since your Q is your main source of damage. And yeah, Ashe performs really well with champions that have stun, since she already has a stun. Your ult is really good throughout all stages of the game because you can use it to pick up kills early and late game. If you get a kill, it's pretty much GG, as you all know. Ashe is really weak against a lot of champions who have stuns and slows. Like, just with one Trundle pillar, it puts me way out of position, and I have to run back and just E and Q. They're laying down the Karthus ult, so I just keep backing up. Thresh is in there taking it while I'm sitting on the outside shooting. Remember, as an AD carry, your job isn't to kill their AD carry or kill their mid laner. Your job is to just kill whoever's closest to you and avoid things that will kill you or take you out of the team fight. For your Masteries, most of the time I suggest you run this page. It's going to give you overall the most damage, bang for your buck, and most sustain in lane. Just really overall a very strong Mastery page on Ashe, where complements her abilities very nicely. However, if you are a really big fan of Thunderlord's Decree, this page also works just as well. However, I prefer this one a lot more. It fits my playstyle, and I overall feel like it's stronger on Ashe. For runes, you're going to run a pretty basic AD carry page, flat attack speed Quints, flat AD Marks, flat armor Seals, and if you're in a comfortable lane where you feel like you can run it, you're going to run scaling magic resist blues, but that's only if you feel comfortable. If you feel like you're going to need that early game magic resist, you're going to run flat magic resist blues. For your summoner spells, I suggest you taking heal and flash 99% of the time. It's going to give you the mobility Ashe desperately needs, so you can position and not die in a team fight, since Ashe is lacking movement spells. For your items, you're going to want to start Doran's Blade, Health Potion, and the Warding Totem. On your first back, ideally you want to have 1300 gold so you can get the BF sword, but if you only have 1100 gold, it's fine. You can get the Warhammer, and if you don't have 1100 gold, you can build for the Warhammer and just get 2 longswords and some potions, or if you're really far behind, you can even pick up another Doran's Blade. Not a bad choice. In the mid game, you're going to want to get your Essence Reaver first, in my opinion. It gives you attack damage, the crit, the cooldown reduction, and more importantly, it's going to give you a lot of mana back. And I play a very mana hungry Ashe in lane, very lane bully, very pushy, that kind of stuff. After getting your Essence Reaver, I suggest picking up your boots, and then after getting your normal pair of boots of speed, I suggest going for your Infinity Edge. It's going to give you a lot of damage. Whenever you get Essence Reaver on pretty much any champion, you should always get Infinity Edge. They couple very well together. They play off of each other's passives. They're very good together. Also, at this point, you should also get the Farsight Alteration. It's going to overall help you more than the Warding Totem. That way you don't have to face check bushes and ward them up close. You can do it from a distance and also check for Baron and things of that nature. In the late game, after you have your Infinity Edge and these items, you should probably go ahead and upgrade your boots. Now you could either go for Berserker's Greaves if they're not that sticky, and if you have a strong front line. But if their team's really sticky and you don't really have a strong front line, getting Boots of Swiftness is a really good choice, especially since it's 200 gold cheaper than Berserker's Greaves. So that's always pretty good. After getting that, you're going to want to pick up your Bloodthirster. Loads of attack damage, lots of life steal. It's going to keep you alive in a fight, and if someone has Thornmail, you're not going to die when you're shooting them. It's a good point to get that. And then you're going to want to get the Scimitar, and if you don't know what the Scimitar is, it's just a Quicksilver Slash, and then you buy a few other items, and then you upgrade it into the Scimitar, and it gives you a ridiculous amount of attack damage. It gives you 75, plus gives you 35 magic resist and 10% lifesteal. So that's going to give you a total of 30% lifesteal because of your Bloodthirster, and it removes all debuffs instantly. So stuns, slow, snares, roots, taunts, fears, polymorphs, etc. will be removed all instantly, and it will give you movement speed buff for 1 second, which is 50% bonus movement speed, which is a lot. Very strong item, very strong indeed. For your 6th item, it's an optional item. I usually suggest going for the Rapid Fire Cannon for the attack speed. Some Ashe players prefer Runon's Hurricane. I haven't had a lot of good experience with it. It is good though. And on rare occasion, you should probably go for the Yosumu's Ghost Blade. This is usually best when their team is mostly melee and your teammates don't have a lot of CC and they can't really keep them off of you. Or if you're getting chased a lot, because it gives you a lot of movement speed, and it's just like the active on, it's really, really helpful. Plus it gives you attack damage and cooldown reduction, so it's pretty good. You're going to have 40% CDR. Or if their team's too strong, like they got a Sejin, a Mumu, and they're just too sticky on you can't get them off, or you're just dying, you should probably go for a Banshee's Veil. This build will overall maximize your damage output while playing to the strengths of your kit with the flat AD for your W and plenty of crit for your passive to work off of. Final notes to think about when you're playing Ashe: try to pick her whenever you have a tanky support like Nautilus, Leona, Alistar, and Braum, they work best with her. Ashe lacks mobility really badly, so you gotta position well. And you actually have a lot of 1v1 potential. As long as you land your ult in a 1v1 situation, you can usually out-duel somebody. Whenever you're about to go into a team fight or duel, make sure you have at least 2 stacks of your focus, because you want to be able to use your Q as quickly and as constantly as you can, because after you use it, you can keep stacking it. There's no cooldown on it, so just after you've used it, you can start stacking focus again and activate your Q. It's really, really strong. Just remember, it's best usually if you have 3 stacks of focus, because then you'll just auto attack and then immediately Q and auto attack again, getting off some free damage, some animation canceling, so it's pretty strong. And also, don't forget, it's important to shoot whoever's closest to you and just dodge enemy damage that will either take you out of the fight or kill you. It's just some basic knowledge whenever you're playing AD carry. So like with there, I didn't walk forward and shoot Lux some more. I shot Mundo since he was closest to me, since he does a lot of damage. Whenever you're using your W, even if you can't use it to get a kill or to chase down an enemy, you can use it defensively, like here against this Mundo. I'm just using it to slow him, and even though I didn't get in the fight at that moment, I was just using it to try to help my teammates, and I got Udyr out of there. And so then now I just turn on Mundo, I just sidestep the ult, I click my Q, activate my Q, turn on my flurry of arrows, and with my crit items, the Infinity Edge and the Essence Reaver, I do loads of damage since my passive is making it do like 86% more physical damage, so it's really, really strong. Ashe plays really well with Braum because of his slows, and your slows combine really nicely. Plus, he has a stun, you have a stun, so there's really not much an enemy team can do against you. Ashe she's probably in the top 4 AD carries damage output potential because of the way her passive combines with her crit items and such. She gives her a lot of potential. She's a lot of fun to play. You guys should definitely give her a chance. I've really had a lot of fun playing her. If you position well and if you manage your on one final note, you're really gonna piss off your enemies if you know how to land your ult and position it, because they're absolutely boned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you go out there and play some Ashe.